Content, content, content. It's the pillar of all businesses, but how do you create it? Let's talk about it. I've worked for and work with many different types of businesses, service-based businesses, business to consumer, product-based, you name it. And this here is the fundamental strategy to understand how you're going to create content for your business. Like with anything, you need to start with your why. Why are you posting content? I'm going to assume at least one has something to do with driving sales. Two would be something to do with building brand, and you might have a third or fourth reason, but let's just stick to those two. Most businesses start with these two.
Posting to get sales is the easy part.
Everyone kind of knows how to write to sell. Click here, buy it here, we've got this new product, blah, blah, blah. I would argue that actually comes quite innately to most people. Therefore, in my mind, I say it's kind of easy. You get testimonials of different users, you might put that in written word, you might put that in video. You look at the features and benefits of your product and you break that down into different segments. The key here, like with everywhere, don't over-explain it. You only have a short attention span from your audience. So if you think you need to go to the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh different key feature or benefit your product or service has, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Keep it short, keep it succinct. Same with the testimonials. One business at a time, one key benefit at a time. What that does is it keeps your audience's attention, but it also helps you. Now you have more and more content because you're giving it one at a time. That's why I say it's easy. You just post that key benefit, post that testimonial, and put a call to action. It still takes work, don't get me wrong, but in my mind, that is the easy part of content creation. Now, let's talk about brand. When you come from a place of giving back, you'll never question your content creation. And what do I mean by that? As content has evolved, there are more and more industries whereby people are posting free stuff online every single day. Valuable information, what would be considered 20 years ago, the secret sauce or the trade secrets. The reality is some people would rather pay you to do it for them than to watch your video and learn how to do it themselves. So my first message is loosen up a little bit and don't be scared to divulge what would be thought as industry secrets. And why is that? Because you want to give value. Again, if you're selfless, you never have to think about what to post. The reason you got into this industry is you were probably once a fan, or you were probably once a consumer, or at the very least, you know what it's like to be a consumer. So you know what it's like to sit on the outside looking in of a business, and you need to put yourself in the shoes of the consumer. What would I want to know, see, or hear about this business, about this product? That's either A, going to inform me, B, push me towards their service, or C, make me laugh. It doesn't have to be so complicated. It doesn't have to be so serious.
Why so serious?
For some businesses, their values or their core belief is kind of tied to their product or service. So a good way to think about it, if that is you, is tie your content strategy to your values. Take Nike, for example. Their slogan, their motto is just do it. They've done plenty of different advertisements leaning into that just do it slogan, that just do it tagline. Some are a little bit more on the nose, some weren't. There's a local brand here in Australia called LSKD. They do a great job of showcasing how they chase the vibe, their slogan, and they also do a great job of creating content around their core pillars and values. If you're not one of those businesses where your values or mottos kind of tie to a clear content stream, you can always relate it back to how you want your brand to be perceived. So you might be able to list 3 to 5 different things that you want your brand to be perceived for,
And they then become the subheadings or the pillars for your content creation.
It was at this point I realised the sun was giving me a halo. Excuse me.
If you're still stuck, you might even take a look back at your key features and benefits. So the key features and benefits of your product can then become a key part of your content creation to build brand, again, not to sell. So an example of that might be that your products or your services are eco-friendly. So as much as that is a key feature or a benefit, a selling point for your business, you can tie that into your content strategy and use it to leverage for brand. Again, you just need to get in the mindset of building a brand here. So it might be why eco is so important to you. You might be able to do a deep dive into the product or service and how it is so eco-friendly and where it comes from. There are a number of different ways that you can leverage that. So from a brand perspective, create pillars. Use your key values to create those pillars, use your unique selling points to create those pillars, or write a list of what your brand to be perceived of and create those pillars based off of what your brand perceptions are to be. From there, you've got key North Stars where to go to. So from there, you're just going to write a list of different pieces of content that ties back to your brand identity or your mottos or your values or unique selling point, and that's going to aid you in then your content creation and what you're eventually going to create and put out there. So when we map this out from our content strategy, we've got our sales and we've got our branding. Like I said, sales is pretty easy. We've got our testimonials, so we know what our key selling points are. Those are our pillars for content creation. From a brand side, we've got our values or our mottos or our unique selling points or our perceived brand identity sitting there as our pillars to create. And from there, it's just building out a nice mind map, building out what you want to create and actually doing the damn thing. Do and learn, watch what the market likes and react. If I can give you a little 2 cents, don't overdo it on the selling part. No one likes that. Nothing more than 30% of your content should be call to action based or selling based. Heck, me personally, I throw it down to less than 10% for my pieces of content. My name is James and I help service businesses convert on their digital advertising. If you like this video, like below, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment, write to me. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to talk. I'd love to chew the fat, shoot the shit, however you want to say it. All my details are below. Have a great day.